something unexpected is shaking the royal world right now. King Charles is reportedly facing renewed pressure after old details about Princess Diana's trust fund suddenly resurfaced, and what was supposed to stay quiet for decades is now sparking intense discussion behind closed doors. According to circulating reports, trustees may have recently reviewed parts of the original structure of Diana's trust, and some claims suggested could place Prince William's direct family line among the key beneficiaries. Nothing has been officially confirmed by Buckingham Palace, but the timing of these rumors alone has already set off a wave of speculation. And here's where it gets even more interesting. For years, Princess Diana's trust stayed completely out of public attention, almost like a sealed chapter in royal history. While the monarchy went through marriages, scandals, ceremonies, and generational change, this particular detail remained untouched until now. Recent claims suggest that what looked like a routine legal review may actually be something much more sensitive. Insiders and royal watchers are now questioning whether this could reveal long-forgotten intentions connected to Diana's long-term wishes for her children. So why is this coming back now after so many years? Some believe it's purely administrative. Others think it could open the door to interpretations that the royal family has not had to confront in a long time. And behind the public silence, reports describe a very different atmosphere. Calm on the surface but tense behind the scenes, with growing curiosity about what these documents might actually contain. Because this isn't just about money or inheritance. At the center of it all is Princess Diana's legacy, something that still shapes public perception of the royal family decades after her passing. And any renewed focus on her personal wishes instantly attracts global attention. Now the big question is this: is this just a routine review that will quietly disappear again? Or the beginning of something that could bring long-buried details back into the spotlight? To understand why this is causing such a reaction, we need to go back. For decades, Princess Diana's trust remained largely out of the spotlight, almost like a forgotten piece of royal history. It quietly existed in the background as the monarchy moved through major milestones, including public controversies, royal weddings, state ceremonies, family losses, and the arrival of a new generation of royals. Few people expected the trust to become the subject of serious discussion again, especially after so many years of silence. That has now changed. Recent reports suggest trustees revisited parts of the agreement during a review, reportedly connected to long-term royal planning and financial stability. What many believed would be a standard legal process has suddenly become a major talking point. The review has sparked speculation among royal observers, commentators, and insiders, with many wondering whether new details could emerge from documents that have remained largely out of public view. Some see it as a dormant chapter of Diana's story, being brought back into focus after years in the shadows. The possibility that a private arrangement from decades ago could return to the spotlight has caught even experienced royal watchers off guard. Supporters argue the trust was designed to protect Diana's intentions and help secure the future of her children. Others believe the ongoing review could lead to fresh interpretations of how those wishes should be honored today. For now, many questions remain unanswered, and official confirmation has been limited. According to some reports, the mood around the matter is calm on the surface but tense behind closed doors, with curiosity continuing to grow. Even minor developments have sparked widespread discussion across media platforms and public conversations, showing just how sensitive and attention-grabbing this topic has become. At the center of this unfolding story is Princess Diana's lasting influence, which continues to shape how many people view the royal family even decades after her passing. The renewed attention surrounding her trust has sparked fresh questions, growing curiosity, and plenty of speculation. Whether this review leads to any major developments or remains a quiet legal matter is still unknown. For now, attention remains fixed on the trustees as royal watchers wait to see if more details will come to light. Whatever happens next, The outcome could influence how Diana's legacy is understood both inside the monarchy and by the public for years to come. Adding to the buzz, reports claim that trustees have revisited part of the agreement connected to Diana's trust fund, creating a wave of discussion across royal circles. The review has prompted many people to wonder whether the documents contain guidance that reflects Diana's long-term hopes for her family. While many of the claims remain unconfirmed, they have been enough to reignite interest in a trust that spent years far from public attention. According to reports circulating among royal insiders, Diana's trust may involve more than financial arrangements and family possessions. Some sources suggest that the documents could include carefully written statements outlining personal wishes for the future of her family. These reported provisions are believed to focus on protecting her legacy and preserving important family values for future generations. Legal advisors reviewing the trust reportedly paid close attention to several sections that stood out during the process. These clauses are said to go beyond standard inheritance planning and may offer insight into Diana's personal intentions. As a result, the discussion has expanded beyond money and legal paperwork, shifting toward larger questions about family legacy, influence, and the future direction of the royal family. Although no official confirmation has been provided, the claims have generated significant interest. For now, the atmosphere remains cautious but full of anticipation as many wait to see whether more details will eventually emerge. For many royal watchers, these reported discoveries have reopened old questions about Princess Diana's true wishes for her children in the future. She may have imagined for them within the royal family. Others view the situation as a reminder of how complex royal estates can become, especially when they involve a figure whose legacy remains as powerful as Diana's. Even a small detail in a legal document can trigger widespread debate, with different people drawing very different conclusions from the same information. What once appeared to be a routine review has now become a much bigger topic of discussion. As reports continue to circulate, attention has shifted beyond legal paperwork and financial arrangements. Conversations now focus on family legacy, inheritance, and the long-term future of the House of Windsor. The possibility that a private trust could contain guidance reflecting Diana's personal wishes has added another layer of intrigue to the story. What was once a quiet family matter is now attracting significant public interest, with royal commentators closely following every new development. Much of the information remains unconfirmed, but that has done little to slow the speculation. In fact, every new report seems to raise even more questions. Many people are wondering what may be contained within the trust, why certain provisions are reportedly receiving renewed attention, and what significance those details could have for future generations of the royal family. Some observers believe the reviewed sections may offer insight into Diana's hopes for her family, while others urge caution until more facts become available. The discussion has also sparked questions about how such provisions are interpreted over time. Could reported instructions remain exactly as originally intended, or could they be viewed differently as circumstances change? While there are no official answers, the debate has once again highlighted the enduring influence of Diana's legacy. For King Charles III, the renewed attention surrounding Diana's trust is said to carry considerable emotional significance. Reports suggest the situation has reminded many within royal circles that Diana's impact on public opinion and royal history remains strong nearly 3 decades after her passing. Her name continues to attract attention whenever conversations about the monarchy's future arise. Some insiders claim the latest review has once again brought focus to how Diana's image continues to shape public discussions about the royal family. Even without official statements from the palace, interest in the story continues to grow. As speculation builds and more people follow the developments, royal watchers remain eager to learn whether any new information will emerge from a matter that has already sparked widespread attention and intense debate across royal circles and the media alike. Many royal observers believe the growing attention surrounding Princess Diana's trust is about much more than money. Instead, they see it as a story about legacy, influence, and the future of the monarchy itself. Even decades after her passing, Diana remains one of the most talked-about figures in royal history, and any development connected to her name quickly attracts public interest. The latest reports have once again placed her legacy at the center of discussion, raising new questions about how her wishes may continue to shape conversations within royal circles. As speculation grows, many people are wondering what this renewed focus could mean for the royal family moving forward. Some believe the review is simply a routine legal process with no major consequences. Others suspect it could have a deeper significance, particularly when it comes to how Diana's legacy is remembered and preserved for future generations. With very little official information available, curiosity continues to build. One of the most talked about claims involves reports that Prince William may have learned about aspects of the trust review before several senior palace officials were informed. According to royal reports, this detail immediately sparked interest and raised questions about how information was shared behind the scenes. Sources claim that communication linked to the review reportedly reached Kensington Palace channels before some advisors connected to King Charles became aware of the situation. That reported timeline has fueled weeks of discussion among royal watchers. Some observers have questioned whether the trust was structured in a way that places particular importance on William's branch of the family. Others argue there is not enough verified information to support such conclusions and believe the situation could simply be the result of standard legal procedures. Either way, the reports have generated significant attention. The debate has also highlighted larger issues involving inheritance, family legacy, and Diana's enduring influence on the monarchy. Even minor developments connected to her name often create widespread discussion because of the emotional connection many people still feel toward her story. For now, many questions remain unanswered, and official confirmation has been limited. As interest continues to grow, royal watchers remain focused on whether new details will emerge and what they could reveal about one of the royal family's most enduring legacies. Some insiders believe the order in which information was shared during the trust review may not have carried any special meaning at all. According to this view, the communication process simply followed normal procedures within the royal household. Supporters of Prince William have also argued that any reports of his early awareness were likely connected to his position within the family rather than an attempt to influence events behind the scenes. Even so, questions continue to surround the timing of the reported communications. Media outlets and royal watchers have closely followed the story, with many calling for greater clarity about how sensitive information was distributed and who was informed first. Although no official explanation has been provided, the discussion has become one of the most talked about aspects of the trust review. While much of the speculation remains unconfirmed, interest in the matter continues to grow. Some observers believe the renewed attention has sparked broader conversations about Diana's legacy and its lasting impact on the royal family. Others wonder whether the trust may contain provisions designed to reflect Diana's long-term hopes for her children and future generations. What started as a private legal review has quickly developed into a major topic of public discussion, proving once again that stories connected to Princess Diana rarely stay out of the spotlight for long. The reports have also renewed interest in Diana's forward-thinking approach to family matters. Royal commentators have often suggested that, following her divorce from King Charles, Diana became increasingly focused on the future well-being of her sons, Prince William and Prince Harry. According to these interpretations, her concerns may have extended beyond financial matters and included the challenges they could face as members of the royal family. Some analysts believe Diana carefully considered how future changes within the monarchy, family disagreements, and public pressures might affect her children as they grew older. As a result, her estate planning is often viewed as an effort to provide long-term security and stability for her family. Reports and speculation surrounding the trust have led some insiders to suggest that certain provisions may reflect a desire to safeguard her legacy and support future generations. While there is no official confirmation of these claims, they continue to fuel discussion about Diana's enduring influence and the lasting impact she still has on conversations surrounding the royal family today. These reported concerns are often said to include changing loyalties, internal disagreements, and the challenges that can emerge within powerful institutions such as the monarchy. Whether those intentions were ever directly written into legal documents or simply reflected through careful estate planning remains unclear. Even so, many royal watchers believe that Diana's trust represents more than a standard financial arrangement. According to this view, trust reflects the actions of a mother thinking far beyond her own lifetime. Supporters of this interpretation believe Diana wanted to provide stability and security for her children in a world she understood could be unpredictable and demanding. They point to her well-known dedication to Prince William and Prince Harry as evidence that she may have carefully considered the pressures they would face as members of the royal family. Some commentators suggest Diana showed remarkable foresight when planning for the future, taking into account public scrutiny, family challenges, and the responsibilities that come with royal life. From this perspective, her decisions may have been designed to help her children navigate those pressures more successfully. Others, however, urge caution and note that many of these conclusions are based on interpretation rather than verified facts. Despite the uncertainty, the idea that Diana's trust was about more than wealth continues to attract attention. Many people see it as a symbol of legacy, family protection, and long-term security. The discussion has fueled ongoing debate about how Diana may have viewed the future of the monarchy and the role her family would play within it. Even decades after her passing, questions remain about how much of her vision may still influence royal conversations today. As these discussions continue, attention has increasingly shifted toward Prince William's children. Reports and commentary have led some observers to believe that the trust may place special emphasis on future generations and the continuation of Diana's legacy through her descendants. While such claims remain unconfirmed, they have become a major talking point among royal watchers. Over time, many people have come to see Prince George, Princess Charlotte, and Prince Louis as important links to Diana's lasting influence. Prince George is often viewed as a symbol of continuity and the future of the monarchy. Princess Charlotte is frequently compared to Diana because of her confidence and natural connection with the public. Prince Louis, meanwhile, is often praised for his energetic and cheerful personality. Together, the three children are seen by many admirers as carrying forward elements of Diana's spirit, ensuring that her legacy remains an important part of the modern royal story for years to come. The story surrounding Princess Diana's legacy continues to draw major attention because it blends emotion, history, and the public's lasting fascination with her life. Even decades after her passing, her influence still plays a powerful role in conversations about the royal family and its future direction. Whenever discussions turn to the next generation of royals, Diana's name quickly reappears, reminding many of the deep emotional connection that still surrounds her memory. Because of this, talk about her trust and legacy continues to shift with every new claim, report, or interpretation. Many royal commentators often describe Diana's grandchildren as living reflections of her enduring impact. This idea has shaped public opinion over time, leading people to see the younger royals not only as future heirs but also as emotional links to Diana's story, presence, and influence. For supporters of this view, Diana's story remains important because it goes beyond royal history. It continues to spark discussions about identity, duty, public pressure, and the emotional challenges of living life under constant attention. Even now, her legacy shapes how many people understand the royal family and the expectations placed on its members. As a result, questions about Diana's intentions and long-term wishes continue to attract interest. Many observers wonder how much of her vision still influences perceptions of the monarchy's future. While no clear answers exist, the ongoing debate shows that her legacy remains a powerful and lasting subject of discussion. Another key detail often discussed is who Diana trusted to manage the arrangements connected to her estate. According to widely reported accounts, responsibility for overseeing parts of the trust was not given to palace officials or royal institutions. Instead, it was reportedly placed in the hands of her own family. Reports suggest the trustees included her mother, Frances Shand Kidd, and her sister, Lady Sarah McCorquodale. This detail stands out because it kept control within Diana's personal family circle rather than under the authority of the royal household. Senior palace advisors and official royal institutions were reportedly not given control over the trust. For many royal watchers, this structure is seen as an important decision that reflects Diana's trust in those closest to her. Whether viewed as practical planning or personal loyalty, it continues to draw attention and remains a significant part of discussions about her legacy and the lasting influence she continues to hold in royal history. For many royal observers, this distinction is seen as highly significant. It suggests that Diana may have wanted her private wishes handled by people she deeply trusted, rather than by the institution she became part of through marriage. From this perspective, the structure may have been designed to keep decisions about her estate aligned with her personal values and family judgment, rather than broader institutional influence. Because of this setup, some commentators believe the trust maintained a level of independence from royal oversight over time. They argue that keeping control within her family circle may have helped preserve Diana's original intentions, even as the years passed and the monarchy itself continued to evolve and change. In their view, this arrangement gave her estate a more personal foundation, rooted in trust and family loyalty. At the same time, others note that this kind of structure is not unusual in estate planning, where close relatives are often chosen to act as trustees. However, in Diana's case, the decision naturally draws far more attention due to her unique place in royal history and the continued global fascination with her legacy. As a result, even standard legal choices are often interpreted through a more emotional and symbolic lens. Still, the fact remains that her mother and sister were entrusted with overseeing key responsibilities, and this detail continues to shape how the trust is viewed today. For many, it reinforces the idea that Diana wanted her closest family to remain central to her personal affairs, even beyond her lifetime. This perspective helps explain why the arrangement is often described as both deeply personal and carefully protected within her family, rather than under royal control. Reports also suggest Diana chose her mother and sister specifically to carry out her wishes without direct influence from King Charles. Whether this decision would have been fully accepted within royal circles remains a matter of debate. Some wonder whether it could have created quiet tension within the institution or raised questions about authority and influence behind palace doors. What began as a quiet legal review is now, according to insiders, becoming a more sensitive topic within royal discussions. As conversations about Diana's legacy and Prince William's family continue, some sources claim it has gradually introduced concern and unease in certain palace circles. While nothing has been confirmed officially, the growing attention shows how easily private arrangements can become the center of wider speculation when they involve one of the monarchy's most influential figures. Some sources have suggested that supporters of Queen Camilla may have felt increasingly sidelined as attention appeared to shift more toward Diana's side of the royal narrative. While none of these claims have been officially confirmed, the reported change in focus is said to have subtly affected the atmosphere behind palace doors. What initially began as a technical review of legal arrangements is described by some observers as gradually evolving into a more emotional and wide-reaching discussion. As conversations continued, Reports claim that palace communication became more controlled, with fewer details shared publicly. Private meetings were also said to have increased as a way to manage sensitivity and reduce the risk of misunderstandings or leaks. However, rather than calming speculation, this increased secrecy reportedly fueled even more curiosity among royal watchers, trying to understand what was happening behind the scenes. Inside royal circles, whispers and interpretations quickly spread. Some believed the situation remained a careful legal process being handled with caution due to its importance. Others felt it carried broader implications tied to legacy, influence, and how the monarchy may be shaped in the future. Over time, the review was seen by some not just as a financial matter, but as a symbolic moment touching on how different parts of the royal family are perceived by the public. This shift reportedly made the situation more sensitive than expected, especially given the continued public fascination with Princess Diana's legacy. Even small updates connected to the story have been enough to spark widespread debate, with many people trying to read deeper meaning into each development. As a result, what began as a routine review has increasingly been viewed through a more emotional and symbolic lens. The renewed attention has, according to some accounts, intensified discussions within royal circles. Questions have emerged about what this focus could mean for the monarchy moving forward, and whether it might place greater emphasis on Prince William and his family in the long term. At its core, however, many royal commentators argue the situation is about more than legal documents or financial structure. Instead, they see it as a broader conversation about legacy, loyalty, memory, and how the monarchy defines its identity in a changing world. This deeper interpretation continues to shape how the story is discussed, keeping attention firmly fixed on Diana's enduring influence and the emotional weight her legacy still carries today. Rather than focusing only on financial details, the trust has become a symbol in a much larger conversation. It has reportedly pushed the royal institution to confront a difficult and uncomfortable reality, where public attention and emotional connection appear increasingly centered on Prince William and his children. For many observers, this shift is not sudden, but something that has been building gradually over time as younger royals take on more visible roles within the monarchy. The discussion has now taken on a life of its own. It has moved beyond legal documents and entered the space of public perception, where meaning can sometimes carry more weight than confirmed fact. In this space, Princess Diana's name continues to hold powerful influence, shaping how people interpret even routine developments connected to the royal family. Many royal watchers argue that the situation reflects something broader about how the monarchy is viewed today. It is no longer defined only by tradition or formal roles, but also by emotional connection, public trust, and the personal stories that shape perception. In that sense, Diana's legacy continues to play a major role in public conversation, even decades after her passing. Some insiders suggest that the renewed focus on the trust has reminded the royal household of how strongly the public still connects with Diana's memory. That connection, they say, naturally extends to her sons and now to her grandchildren, who are often seen as a living continuation of her story. Whether or not the specific claims about the trust are fully accurate, the wider impact is clear. The discussion has highlighted how deeply Diana's influence remains woven into the identity of the House of Windsor. It is not just history anymore, but something that continues to shape present-day perception and future expectations. In many ways, the controversy has become less about legal structures and more about symbolism, raising questions about emotional legacy and how it is passed through generations. Ultimately, this situation reflects a simple but powerful idea. Princess Diana's presence has never truly faded from the royal narrative. Instead, it continues to echo through public imagination, shaping how people view the monarchy's past, present, and future. If you enjoyed this breakdown, consider liking the video, subscribing for more deep dives into royal stories, and leaving a comment below with your thoughts on Diana's trust and its possible impact on the royal family.